Govardhan, how the Lord Govardhan is originated, what are the significance, and how Lord Krishna is so much attracted to this pastime. Okay. So before that, I would humbly request everybody to unmute your phone and we will recite this sloka of Sri Giriraj Govardhan. So that would be nice. If you can recite with me, if you can unmute. Namaste Girirajaya.
Namaste
Girirajaya.
Govardhana Namine.
Govardhana Namine.
Ashesha Klesha Nashaya.
Ashesha Klesha Nasaya.
Paramananda Dayine.
Paramananda Dayine.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Govardhana Namine.
Govardhana Namine.
Ashesha Klesha Nashaya.
Ashesha Klesha Nasaya.
Paramananda Dayine.
Paramananda Dayine.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Govardhana Namine.
Govardhana Namine.
Ashesha Klesha Nashaya.
Ashesha Nashaya.
Paramananda Dayine. The meaning of this prayer is Namaste Girirajaya. Namaste, paying the humble obeisances to the Lord Giriraj. Girirajaya, Raja means the king, king of all the mountains. Girirajaya. Govardhana Namine, and another name of Giriraj is known as Govardhan. Govardhan means one. Go, Vardhan, Vardhan means to increase. Go means the cows. So it improves or it make progress. It gives all the nutrients to the go. So that's a Govardhan. So the cows are nourished by the Govardhan. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Ashesha means even any of those calamities, any of those problems, calamities, Adi Devika, Adi Atmika, Adi Bhaudik, Ashesha, that means even nothing that can be left. Everything, all the problems and calamities can be eradicated. Ashesha Klesha, all the problems can be eradicated. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya, Paramananda Dayine, then what will give? The supreme absolute bliss, Paramananda, the condensed bliss. That's what is everybody is aiming for. So this Govardhan, the Giriraj Govardhan, one who worships, one who hears, one who attentively hears, one who has that devotion and attention and emotionally hears this, the pastimes of Govardhan. The Govardhan's blessings will be there to that devotees, and all these calamities can be eradicated. So that's the meaning of this mantra. So let's see who is Giriraj Govardhan. So we know that in the beginning, before Giriraj appears, Giriraj actually appeared in the Golok Vrindavan. So one day, Srimati Radharani was mentioning to Supreme Lord Krishna, "O Lord, that there should be I would like to have a very significant, very important place, that very beautiful place that we can have our own lila, our own pastimes. So can you have that? Can you have this place?" So that Krishna thought for a minute, and all on a sudden, there's a little stone came out from the heart of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. This pastimes happens in the Golok Vrindavan, not the Golok Vrindavan. So then this stone started to grow and grow and grow and grow like a big mountain with beautiful trees and the streams and the plains and beautiful trees with wonderful flowers. It's everybody will see that the beauty of this mountain. Radharani was so pleased. And then they had wonderful pastimes over this Giriraj. It's considered as this Giriraj. And that was originally the Govardhan manifested from the heart of the Supreme Lord. So that's why the Govardhan is actually the heart of the Supreme Lord. So then later we know that then many, times passed. Then Krishna and Radharani had to come down to the earth. So I'm not getting into the background of it. But there is a situation that Krishna had to come down, and also Srimati Radharani had to come down to the earthly plane. So and Krishna mentioned this to Srimati Radharani. Krishna mentioned this to Srimati Radharani. You'll have to go to the earthly plane. You have to appear there. So we know that how Srimati Radharani appeared. But before coming to the earthly plane, Radharani mentioned to Sri Krishna, "Oh Lord, how can I go? There is no Govardhan. There is no streams, Yamuna. There is no, Kadamba trees. How can I go?" So then Krishna mentioned, "No worries. This will all manifest there." Then Krishna mentioned to Govardhan that to be there into the earthly plane. So even Radharani coming to the earthly plane, Krishna mentioned so that they were all prepared to come down on the earth. That's on the Bhuloka Vrindavan. But it was little time ahead of it. This was happened in Satyuga. So remember always the time factor in Goloka Vrindavan cannot compare with towards the time factor on the earthly plane, material mundane plane. So then what happened on the Satyuga? Then the Govardhan appeared as the son of Dronachal. Dronachal, not towards the north, but somewhere in the middle. So Dronachal, we heard about it, Drona, and appeared as the son of the Dronachal, the mountain Drona. So that this is so beautiful. This mountain appeared was so beautiful even on the earthly planet. One day, Pulastya Maharshi, happened to see the beauty of the Govardhan, the beauty of Govardhan. And Pulastya Muni thought, what a beautiful mountain. And then if I have it, I can bring to the Kashi where all the sages can sit there very peacefully, and there are streams, there are beautiful fragrance, flowers, trees, and it is like a very beautiful and huge mountain. And they get all the herbs and the roots and the fruits. So they all can very happily perform their sadhana on this mountain, on this Govardhan. So Pulastya Muni requested to Dronachal, that I would like to have your son with me so that Drona, the Govardhan can serve me. So, but then Govardhan didn't want to go. Govardhan was now separating from his father, Drona. So, but they knew that the power of Pulastya, sage Pulastya Maharshi, there could be a chance of curse. And if there is a curse, then they won't be there anymore. So hesitatingly, Drona, sage, the Drona mountain, agreed to send Govardhan along with the Pulastya Maharshi. So Govardhan didn't want to go at all. So then what happened? Govardhan, before starting, so made a condition that, "O sage, that I would come with you, but there is one condition. You cannot keep me down while all the journey. We are journeying from south to the north, and you cannot put me down. And if you put me down, then I will not move from there." So sage Pulastya agreed these conditions. So then Pulastya started to hold the Govardhan on the shoulder and holding with the hands and traveling. So this Govardhan was thinking that my Lord is going to come to Vrindavan some point of time, and I should be here. I should be here to receive my Lord. So then Govardhan was thinking, what should I do? So then while on the way, Govardhan was putting more pressure and it become heavier and heavier and heavier. So when it comes to the region of this Vrindavan, and that's where Pulastya sage Pulastya, now all on a sudden there is a heavy load on the back. It became so heavy now. And also Pulastya Maharshi had to answer the nature's call. Didn't think anything else in that time. So then Pulastya Maharshi put down the Govardhan and went for answering the nature's call and came back. And then Sage Pulastya was trying to lift the Govardhan, but Govardhan was not even moving. So then Govardhan reminded that, oh sage, that you had a condition, we had a condition that I will not move once I put down on the journey. So then Pulastya Maharshi good understood, and then Pulastya Maharshi cursed the Govardhan, and Govardhan was almost 84 yojanas tall that time, 84 yojanas, and this was happened in Satyuga. And seeing this, the Govardhan didn't want to move. Then Pulastya Maharshi cursed Govardhan and mentioned that you will reduce, it's like a mustard seed, a size of a mustard seed, and every day you will reduce and then you will come down like that. So still it is happening. It was very huge initially, this mountain. And then what happened after that? Because of this, it is reducing a little bit. So now we can see that the Govardhan was not the origin. It was so beautiful, so huge. 84 yojanas tall, means so touching the sky. So this is the reason that Govardhan manifested there. And originally, who was the Govardhan? So then let's see that then come to this point of then Govardhan was there and waiting for Krishna in the Dwapara Yuga. So this is where then Krishna appeared, and then Krishna was playing, and everybody was there, and cows and the calves, and Govardhan was waiting, and Govardhan was very much seeing that Krishna is playing on the Govardhan hill. So then we know that how then the Govardhana Puja manifested. So one day, Nanda Baba and the Upananda and all the Brajavasis were trying to do, they were preparing to do the puja for Indra Puja. So it was a tradition for all the Brajavasis, and their thoughts were that Indra is giving the rain. Because of the rain, the Govardhan had lots of nice grass, and fresh grass is eaten by the cows. And because of their eating fresh grass, they get a lot of milk. And because they are getting a lot of milk, and there are so many other wonderful products, milk products, and they are rich because of the cows and the Govardhan and these all the rains which showers by the Indra. So then we have to perform the Indra Puja so that Indra is pleased. So all our day-to-day activities will be completely fulfilled. So then Krishna was seeing this. So then now Krishna is here. Yes, before that Krishna was not there, maybe many years back. But Krishna is right now in front of, and Krishna is seeing that all these wonderful devotees, all these beautiful, wonderful devotees, and they are very dear to me. How can I allow? Krishna was thinking like this way. How can I allow that to understand what they're doing? How can I allow that, which is an indirect way of worship? Anyway, everything has to come from me, come from Krishna, but they're doing an indirect way of worship. That's not really an appropriate for a pure devotee. So pure devotee like Nanda Baba, Upananda, all these Brajavasis, they were all very close associates of Krishna. Now, because of this tradition, because of this, this formality, they had to do this. So then Krishna just came forward to Nanda Baba, and as an innocent boy, Krishna asked Nanda Baba, Baba, what are you preparing for and what are you trying to do? I'm seeing that there are some puja is going to take place. What kind of puja is it? So initially it is mentioned that This part is not there in Srimad Bhagavatam, but there are Gopala Chambu, there are many other scriptures. There are so many other scriptures are there. Acharya Sridhar Swami Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's commentary. So it is all very in detail. It is mentioned that. So when Krishna was initially asking this, hello, can somebody mute, please? So then Krishna was seeing and came to Nanda Baba and asked, Baba, what is this puja? So initially Nanda Baba, this is a little boy. Even if I tell Krishna whether he would understand or not, Krishna, Nanda Baba didn't pay much attention to that. Then again, now Krishna became serious. Krishna said, Baba, I am your son, and I also would like to understand what kind of puja is it, because I am going to carry over this in future. And if you are not going to tell me, how will I know what to do? So now Nanda Baba became little agitated, little changed mood. Now Nanda Baba started to say that, oh Kanaya, oh Krishna, this is none other than we are doing this puja for Indra. Indra is giving us rain, and because of the rain in the region, and then we are getting enough grass and water and the trees and the fruits and so many things. So because of Indra's blessings that we are living, so we have to do this puja to Indra Dev. So now Krishna is really came to see very serious in terms of the philosophical understanding, and make Nanda Baba understand the philosophy behind all this. And this is very important. Krishna asked this question. Then Krishna was mentioning that, okay, all this trying to understand, and the Baba says that, oh, we are doing this for tradition, and, for many, many years, decades, and our forefathers used to do. And Krishna was mentioning, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing this. So Krishna was indirectly mentioning and giving this opportunity. Even if we do anything, we have to properly understand what we are doing. Any devotional activities we perform, we should also understand the reason behind that, what we are doing. So Krishna was indirectly mentioning that. It's very important to understand that. Many times we do certain things, but we don't know why we are doing it. And if you ask the people, why are you doing this puja? No, we don't know, because of traditionally we were doing this. We don't know exactly what is the reason all for this. So Krishna was also indirectly giving us the hint that we also have to understand what is the exact reason behind we do any kinds of puja like that. So then Krishna was trying to understand Nanda Baba. Oh, Indra, because of Indra, because to please Indra that you are. So Indra is giving the rain, that's why you are doing this puja. So then Krishna was telling that, yes, this is the karma. This is the karma of every person. So then Krishna brought this karma mimamsa philosophy. Karma mimamsa philosophy that whatever we are doing, that we will get the results out of it. It's not that anybody else depend upon it. So Krishna was giving this. So Baba, that whatever we are getting is actually our good karma from the past, or what we are doing a good karma. That's what is we are getting that good or bad results back. So Krishna, Indra is also doing the same thing. He is also doing the same karma. So his karma is that to give the rain. So that rain is also falling in the ocean and everywhere else, in the forest, in the desert, and everywhere. It's not that Indra is giving rain only for few people. So that is his karma. It's not that if we only do the puja only, that Indra gives us rain, that means Indra is also depend upon us. Then why, if somebody is depend upon us, somebody else, then why we are doing the puja for such people? If Indra is depending upon us, if we do the puja for Indra, then only we get the rain, or then only Indra can do the rain. Then why? What is the reason to do the puja like this? So then Krishna brought this karma mimamsa philosophy and convinced Nanda Baba. And Krishna told, it's not that Indra, Baba, it is that the Govardhan is actually the reason that we get the rain. And of course, scientific, terms, that is, mountain stops the clouds. Then the mountain stops the clouds, there the rain falls, right? Wherever the mountain stops the clouds, the rain falls down there. So Krishna now brought this very scientific philosophy of that. No, Baba, this is Krishna, the mountain, the Govardhan is actually the root and the cause of that we are getting the rain. It's not that Indra. Yes, Indra is maybe a indirect or partial instrument in order to get the rain. But Krishna wanted to make Nanda Baba and Brajavasis to understand this fact. Then we know that we get the cows. From the cow we get the milk. If the cows are not there, we will not get the milk. It's not that the Indra, because of the water only that we get the milk. No, because of the cows we are getting the milk. So Krishna was convincing, instead of doing this puja, oh Baba, please do the puja for the Govardhan. Please do the puja for the cows. Please do the puja for the Brahmins because of their blessings and their guidance that which we are living happily. And please do the puja for each and every Brajavasis, their hard work. So Nanda Baba was touched by these little words, and Krishna was only 7 years old that time. So then Nanda Baba and everybody convinced. Now, whatever the samagris, whatever the preparations made for Indra Puja, now they started to utilize for the Govardhan Puja. So now they're all prepared and they're cooking, and so many, the bullock fulls of rice and the heaps of rice and the vegetables and the curries and the dal, everything they brought, and they started to bring this and they started to offer to Govardhan. They started to offer to Govardhan, so that we can see in the picture that how devotees comes together and they offer this wonderful feast to Govardhan. And this is basically the Govardhan Puja that we can see it. So then what happens? Then Krishna now mentioned that Govardhan will be very happy if you do that. So Krishna was mentioning this to Brajavasis and Nanda Baba. Then what happened? Then Krishna immediately took the form of Govardhan, and that we can see that. And it is mentioned that Govardhan is also, it is another name of Govardhan is called Haridasa Variya. Haridasa. Haridasa Variya means the Sreshta. Sreshta means the top of all the devotees of the Lord. Haridasa, even Haridasa means one who is the servant of Lord Hari. And Haridasa Variya means is the top of all the devotees. Top of all the devotees. Even it is mentioned that even there is no other devotee than the Govardhan. No other devotee greater than the Govardhan. Even Lord Shiva, it is mentioned that. So that is the potency, the power of why? Because of this Haridasa Variya, which is manifested from the heart of Krishna himself. And but now, serving Krishna or Krishna's another form that we can see that, Haridasa Variya. And then now, whatever the offering which is bringing with the mullah cards and everybody, and bringing an offering to Govardhan, Govardhan is now accepting everything. Brajavasis could see this. They saw that the Govardhan is taking everything. Govardhan is accepting everything. Whatever they are offering, it's bringing more and more. And now started to hear the sound. Anayor, Anayor, Anayor means bring me more, bring me more. Then the Brajavasis were so much, they were cooking and everything was bringing for Govardhan, and Govardhan was honoring everything and accepting everything and everything. Now it is the time. Now what to do? Now pretty much almost all the ingredients are getting over. Nothing left. Now what to cook? So Balaram was there. Balaram mentioned to Brajavasis and Govardhan, the Baba, and mentioned that just offer a tulasi to Govardhan, then Govardhan will be happy and satisfied. So they did the same, and they offered the tulasi leaves to the Govardhan, and then the Govardhan become completely satisfied. And then Krishna was there, and this was Krishna's partial manifestation, the Govardhan. And then Krishna came, and Krishna told everybody, look, 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 I told you, this is the most auspicious, and Govardhan will be accepting all this. Now what they did, What Krishna did, now Krishna is satisfied. Whatever Krishna was receiving from the Brajavasis and everything, now Govardhan returned back to the Brajavasis. So this is called prasadam. So we know that sometimes people ask this question when we offer the bhoga to the Supreme. Really, Supreme Lord, consume this and take this? And Srila Prabhupada, this question asked to Srila Prabhupada one time, and then Srila Prabhupada mentioned, yes, Supreme Lord will consume everything and then will return back to as a prasadam. That's why it is called the Mahaprasadam, which is honored by the Supreme Lord. So Mahaprasadam, that's any that which we offer the bhoga to the Supreme Lord, that will come out as Mahaprasadam. And you can see that there is a big difference between ordinary bhoga and if you eat a prasadam. Prasadam has significant differences when you relish it, when you consume it. There's a significant difference you can see in the different, in the prasadam and the non, prasadam. Devotee can even easily can understand that when they have the prasadam and a non-prasadam and the prasadam, there is a devotee can easily understand this is prasadam because there is a different taste and different levels of realization when one have the prasadam. So Krishna offered back everything to the Brajavasis. They became so jubilant. They become in the jubilation, in the festive mood, and they were all now invited the Brahmana, the priest. They fed all the priests and, very, very, devotionally. They fed the cows. They fed all this prasadam to the cows. They fed the prasadam to the people around in the village. And even the dog eaters, even the insignificant ants, they fed the bhoga. So this was Krishna was mentioning, that offer the bhoga to each and every one of the living entity. And this way, all the living entities will be satisfied and happy. And that's the harmony in this world. That's what Krishna always wanted, the harmony in this world when they help each other, feed each other, and trying to see that each and every living entity as the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Then what happened? Then they were very jubilant and they realized that, yes, this is what is we need to do every year. Now what happened? Indra became so furious just seeing this. Now all this is meant for Indra, and Indra now started to accuse Krishna. Who is this little boy? Who is this person? He is now talking philosophy and karma to Nanda Baba. He is an ignorant person, ignorant child. He is an ignorant child and he is now giving lecture to Nanda Baba. And because of that, now all this puja, which was meant for me, and what am I? They are disrespecting me. They are disrespecting me. They are not have any value for me because of this little child. Let me teach them a lesson. Let me punish them. Let me teach them a lesson. Who is this guy? He's very stubborn. Indra was saying all these words in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is mentioned that he's very stubborn. He's Tamba. It is mentioned that he has such a mana. He has such a pride. And now Indra is now considering and taking that all these Brajavasis are so proud of this little boy's words, and who am I now? I am providing everything to these Brajavasis and the rain and all those things, and now they are forgetting me, completely neglecting me and disrespecting me. Let me teach them a lesson. So this was also another reason that Krishna exhibited this pastime to devotees. And there are a couple of reasons actually. One is actually when a person comes to the position and then they have some kinds of positions, then they puffed up, then forget that what is their duty and what they are doing. So Krishna also wanted to remind us and gives us also this kinds of realization. Let's say every aspect of Krishna is a lesson and a teaching for all of us. It's not that just a pastime also, but this is a lessons for all of us. So now Indra became so puffed up. And Indra, because of I am Indra, I am the king of heaven. I am giving the one, I am the reason who is giving the rain to the world, and the world is living happily, and because of me. So this ego, this pride, this false ego, ahankar, which is went beyond, and then Indra completely forgot about his position that he is a servant of the Supreme Lord. So Krishna also wanted to remind that he is a servant of the Supreme Lord, not that he's a proprietor. So then that's the one reason. Then I'll tell you the second reason after this. So then Indra became so furious and invited the Samvartaka cloud. We know that we heard about this Samvartaka cloud. Samvartaka cloud is nothing but with the clouds which comes for the annihilation. At the time of annihilation, the Samvartaka cloud is called upon, and there is a torrents of rain, and this torrents of rain, and this world will be singed with water. And then pralaya, everybody is under the water. So then what happened? Indra called Samvartaka cloud, and Samvartaka cloud came forward before Indra. And Indra ordered, go to this Braja Bhumi. There you see that this all the Brajavasis become so proud, and they were listening a little child, and who does not know that he is not even knowing anything. He is so stubborn and he is so proud. And they were all listening to that little child, and now they are stopped offering all the oblations to us, and they are disrespecting and neglecting, and we have to teach them a lesson. And then Samartha cloud was also that little hesitating to go and do all these things. Indra mentioned that, can you do this for me? And Samartha cloud, there is no other way. And Indra mentioned, instructed to Samartha cloud, go and devastate, destroy everything, destroy their cows, because of they are so proud, because of their cow. Because of their cow, they get the milk, and the milk products, they are rich and they can do anything they want. So kill all the cows and all the properties, whatever they have, and devastate, and then come back. So then Samartha cloud started their his the job. Now torrents of rains and the hails, and it's like falling down like a big rocks from the sky. So all on a sudden there is a heavy rain, and it's not stopping. And then Brajavasis became so astonished to see this. All on a sudden there is a heavy rain and the hailstorms, and everything is wind and thunderstorms. Everything is flying in the sky, and they were trying to catch their calves and the cows. They were trying to see that how they can save themselves from the rain, this heavy rain. So now they all came and they saw that it's not going to stop. So now the water is flooding level is high. Now the water is started to go up, and now it's dangerous position. And they all came to Krishna. Oh Krishna, oh Krishna, and they thought that somehow Krishna can help. Even though they see Krishna is a little child, but they came to Krishna, and they had this in their heart. So then Krishna saw this, there is a heavy rain, and Krishna understood this is none other than Indra is furious, Indra is job, and he is very arrogant now because of his pride, and he is actually started this heavy rain. So then Krishna said, no worries. No worries. And then Krishna also saw that there is a heavy rain is happening. But all on a sudden, what happened? The internal potency of Krishna, the Yoga Maya now completely stopped this rain for a moment, for some time. So Krishna now came to the Govardhan, and Krishna used his left hand, just like, raising a mushroom from the ground, just plucking a mushroom from the ground. Like that, Krishna raised this Govardhan on his left hand and raised it up and put it on his left pingy. And that you can see in the picture. And Krishna then told everyone, come here and come underneath of all this mountain, and everybody come here and bring your cards, bring your cows, and bring your whatever valuables and everything. Everybody can come underneath of this Govardhan. And Krishna raised the Govardhan up. Everybody was astonished. Now, what happened? When Krishna raised this Govardhan, it was not like just a dirty place underneath of this Govardhan. Then Krishna, and it was manifested like that. It was a beautiful city under the Govardhan, beautiful city. There were creeks, and there were streams, there was beautiful the paths and the roads, and there were beautiful places where the dances were happening, the peacocks were there, and the cuckoos were there, and the birds were there, they were chirping, and the streams were flowing down. Everybody was astonished to see this. And now seeing this, and everybody became so jubilant, and they became so happy in their mood. And then they were seeing that now Krishna is raised the Govardhan with his pinky. Now everybody was seeing this. So how could Krishna do this? Let me also help. Let me also help. So everybody is putting their stick on the on the roof of the Govardhan. And then now Krishna was also instructing the Govardhan that don't give much trouble to the people underneath. Right now, Govardhan is also going up a little bit, and seeing that now it is Acharya has mentioned that Krishna was even not on the little pinky, but Govardhan was actually holding on the nail, the top of the nail of the little pinky of the left hand of Krishna, and it was just holding like that. And then everybody now seeing that Krishna's beautiful form there, and he's so become so beautiful, and you can see in the picture. So this was another reason Krishna raised the Govardhan, that so we know that Krishna was going to the, in the forest every day. Krishna takes the cows and the calves in the morning and come back in the evening. So now since Krishna started herding these cows, now the Brajavasis, especially the gopis, they had a huge complaints. Now we don't have time to see Krishna. Krishna goes in the morning and come in the evening time, and then it's become dark, and then we are not able to see Krishna anymore. They had a huge complaints. They had a huge sorrow in their heart. They have a huge feeling of separation from Krishna every day. But this was not the case when Krishna was there in Gokul. They were all relishing the pastimes of Krishna. Now Krishna is here now separated from them on the daytime, herding cows in the forest. And now they had such a desire to have Krishna with them all the time. Because this is the loving devotion for Krishna the gopis had. So now Krishna is now heard that. Krishna realized the feeling of separation from the gopis, and the gopis are calling Krishna every minute. Krishna is Andaryami. He can see everybody's heart. So now Krishna is seeing everybody's heart that they are longing for Krishna. So now their complaints is that Krishna is not there with them, can't hardly see him. So then Krishna made this plan. So now they saw Krishna is in the middle of them. They forgot everything. They forgot everything about themselves. When they saw Krishna in the middle of them, everybody was staring at him, Krishna. And then Krishna was also looking at them, and each and every gopi, each and every Brajavasi felt that Krishna is just looking at me. So this was the desire they had. So then this was going on. They completely forgot about their hunger. They completely forgot about their thirst, completely forgot about everything else, but they just seeing that Krishna, the beauty and the Krishna's charm, and then Krishna is nearby with them. Now Krishna is, each and everybody is feeling that now Krishna is with me only now. So Krishna wanted to also fulfill this desire to the Brajavasis. And then another reason which was mentioned, that Krishna raised this Govardhan, and actually all these pastimes happened because of one day Krishna promised to Srimati Radharani that I would be coming, and I would wait for me, I would be coming in this particular time. Then what happened? Krishna went to the rival group, that the Chandravali. Chandravali was also a devotee of Krishna. So Chandravali's grove, Krishna went there, and Krishna spent some time with Chandravali. And then Krishna was coming back. Then Govardhan caught Krishna. Govardhan told Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I saw you. You went to Chandravali's grove, and I saw it, and I'm going to tell this to Srimati Radharani." Krishna was mentioning, "Govardhan, And I thought you have a love for me. You're loving me and loving devotion, and don't tell to Srimati Radharani. Govardhan's, no, 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 this is not fair. This is not fair like this. Yes, I love you as well as I love Srimati Radharani as well. I am not able to hold this back. I will have to tell this to Srimati Radharani. Then Krishna was arguing with the Govardhan. How do you know? What is the proof that I went there? So Govardhan said, yes, look at the proof on my back, on the Govardhan. All that the footprint of you, that which came from the Chandravali side, is on my Govardhan. And now your feet also has that, all the feet, all the impressions out there. And I could see that. And if anybody, if Srimati Radharani see this, can easily see this, that you went to Chandravali. So now Krishna became little astonished and told to Govardhan, Govardhan, don't tell this. Govardhan said, no, 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 I will have to tell this Srimati Radharani. So now Krishna made a plan. Now Krishna cannot also go and, erase or take out this imprints of his footprint, because of then it will create more imprints of, footprints of the Krishna. So Krishna is in a dilemma. What to do now? So Krishna made a plan. Yes, okay, that I will raise the Govardhan so that the water will come and then wash away all these footprints and imprints of Krishna's lotus feet, that which went to Chandravali. So this way that there won't be any marks of Krishna's feet on the Govardhan, so that I could say that I didn't go. So this all a beautiful pastimes which manifested like that. So then what happened? So now Indra was so furious. So Indra sent this cloud, and then it was going, and it was Samartha was trying very level burst, were very hard, and all these torrents of rain and falling on the Govardhan. But what happens? Krishna made a plan. Even that Govardhan, on the top of the Govardhan, there are many creatures and the living entities, and there are snakes, and there are so many other living entities. And Krishna also made a plan that this hails, this torrents of this heavy rain should not fall on the Govardhanis either. And Krishna told to Sudarshan, go and protect this. And Sudarshan was going around the Govardhan. And then, of course, some part of the Govardhan, the trains were fall down. Mostly that Govardhan is absorbing with the heat of this Govardhan, the Sudarshan. So Sudarshan was going around, but some part of the Govardhan, there was water over there, and then water was falling down. And then we know that then there is a sage called Kumbhajamuni. Kumbhajamuni then later came and then drank all that water. And there is a beautiful pastime, like that. I mean, if time permits, I'll tell that later. So this way, then what happened? 7 days and 7 nights passed like this. The people were under the Govardhan, they were seeing Krishna, and they were also dancing and singing and glorifying Krishna, and they were also singing for Krishna, and the Krishna's glories they were singing there, and everybody was there, and they forgot even about the thirst and the hunger, because of they are completely absorbed in Krishna. So dear devotees, this is the devotion. This is the pure devotion from the Brajavasis and the Gopis. So then what happened after 7 days, when Indra looked back, so that now there is no more rain. So there is no more rain now. And this is what is also another significance. And now Indra was just playing a role that as an instrument to, send the rains or send the clouds. But who is the actual source of it? The actual source of everything is come from Krishna. Now, as we know that the power, is generated from the powerhouse. And then that powerhouse comes the power to the each and everybody's house. So similarly, when the Krishna decided to stop that, then everything stopped. Now, Krishna, that's why the 7 days, Krishna now pretty much everybody was relished and everybody has fulfilled their desire. Now, Krishna also felt that yes, now the time to stop this lila. So then Krishna withdrew this potency of this rain and rain clouds and everything. Now there is no more. Samartha failed and Indra failed. Now Indra is trying to send the clouds. There is no more clouds because of Krishna withdrew everything. And now Indra realized, now I don't have any power anymore. So Indra came to his original consciousness, the power I am getting from my Supreme Lord. So why it is happening now? Indra realized that this is not an ordinary child, and Indra came on his Airavata and to watch that the scene and watch this lila, and so that Krishna raised this Govardhan on the little pinky, even that not pinky, on the nail that this 7 days was holding. And then meantime, this Brajavasi says that, all the Brahmana said, Madhumangala, especially Madhumangala said, I was chanting this mantra that say you could hold this. And this was all then, was happening in between this very wonderful time with Krishna had with his friends. So then what happened? Indra realized that this is none other than my supreme personality of Godhead. What a grave mistakes I'd done. What a grave mistakes and I'd done and the offense I'd done. How will I face the Lord and what will happen to me? And all these worries came to him. So by this time, then Krishna, then rain is stopped, everything is now came back. And then Krishna mentioned that now go and return back to your home. And now everybody was so jubilant. And now everybody was now started to mention to Krishna, as if now everybody is seeing Krishna is a hero now, right? And he was protecting everybody, and now Krishna was a hero. And now, but the gopis and the Brajavasis, other who are very intimate to Krishna, and they took this an opportunity. Krishna, you are not the one who raised this Govardhan. This is Srimati Radharani's potency that you raised the Govardhan. Then Krishna has told, how come? Why is that? I was holding this for all this, and now you are saying that Radharani is potency. Yes, because of it is mentioned that, the Ardhangini Sankalpa, the ones, the potency of a man is actually come from the potency of that, the woman that who's associated with the Ardhangini. So see that you raise your left hand, and especially the potency of this Shakti, that the part and Ardhangini, that also on the left side, so you could raise with your left hand, left, pinky, that this is the potency from Srimati Radharani, and we know that you love Srimati Radharani. That potency that you could raise this Govardhan. So like that, there is beautiful discussions and dialogues were going on in between each other. And then the friend said that, no, see, you looked at that. We hold it with our sticks and everybody, we are holding up the Govardhan. That's why, So again, Krishna wanted this. Krishna wanted this relishness because of Krishna didn't want to reveal that he is the one who has done everything. So, but Krishna wanted this kinds of reciprocation from each and everybody. That's why Krishna is playing that role like that. Then Krishna was completely satisfied with the loving exchanges between the gopis and the gopis, and they went home. But this is the time Krishna went at the foothills of the Govardhan, and there is a place where we can see that. Yeah, they were all dancing and all, and the foothills of the Govardhan, Krishna went there, and he can see that. So this is the time then Indra and realized that this is none other than the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So Indra thought what to do. So Indra went to Brahmadev, and this is what is I did and what to do. So Indradev then suggested to Indra that, please accompany Surabhi. Krishna likes the cows, and please accompany Surabhi, mother cow Surabhi, mother Surabhi, and then go and approach and beg for forgiveness from the Supreme Lord. So then Indra brought Mother Surabhi along with and came forward before Krishna, and now fall flat at the lotus feet of Krishna and beg for forgiveness. And then as soon as Krishna saw Mother Surabhi, Krishna was completely pleased. And then in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a very beautiful description and a section that Indra started to offer the praise. And Indra said that you are the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Controller, you are the Supreme Annihilator, you are the Supreme Protector of everybody and those who loves you. And you are the lover of cows, you are the lover of Govardhan, you are the lover of all the Brajavasis, and you are the maintainer of all the living entities. And this way Indra was praying and glorifying the Supreme Lord. And then also Indra brought Mother Ganges and then Airavat. And then Mother Ganges actually came through the trunk of Airavat. And then Airavat started to shower the Ganges water on, showering the Supreme Lord. and also Surabhi, Mother Surabhi also showered the milk, and there is a milk abhishek and showerings of the Ganges and the milk, and Krishna was completely satisfied. Krishna was completely satisfied. And then Krishna was mentioning like this to Indra. Yes, I could understand that your position, but you forgot about your position. You forgot about that you were, you were puffed up and you were trying to. And usually, Krishna is, if something offenses, if he's against a devotee, Krishna is so furious. Even Krishna couldn't do anything, like that, because he's so furious about the offenses which makes against the devotees. And think about here that Indra was trying to kill the Brajavasis who are the most dear devotees of Krishna. But here Krishna is forgiving Indra. This is another lessons that the Indra is also a devotee, and we should also understand that. Indra is just, sometimes Indra forgets, or sometimes it happens, mistakes happens to everyone. But and Krishna was revealing that also Indra was also a devotee. Indra was also a servant of Krishna. Indra was also following the orders from Krishna to fulfill the various aspects of this material world. And he's the king of the heaven. And this, sometimes this forgetfulness happens. So then Krishna is reminds that to our original, bring back to our original consciousness. And Krishna then helps, these all pastimes are meant for that only, and for ourselves, for our benefit, so that we come to that our original consciousness, that we are eternal part and parcel, and we are eternal servants of Krishna. Our duty is to serve Krishna, nothing else. Our ultimate duty is to serve Krishna, but we forget that. And what we do, we forgot, and then we started to act according to that. I am the Lord, I am the proprietor, I am the creator, I am the maintainer, and I am the one to be enjoyed everything. And if there is no respect, this is what is exactly Indra was showing that. And when the Brajavasis then stopped worshipping, so this is called a puja and pradishta and all that. So everybody is pretty much into that mode of that, looking for the respect, mana dena, and all this respect. And if it is not there, then become furious and then try to see that how can I stop, how can I punish, how can I give retaliation, how can I get some revenge and put down the other devotee or other person somehow or other. This is the common nature, the nomenclature of this, the nature. So Krishna also wanted to remind us that, and Indra. So then Indra got his lesson, and Krishna is satisfied, and then Indra was addressing Krishna with a new name. Anybody knows that? What is the new name of Krishna? Indra is addressed to Krishna. Anybody knows? Can unmute.
Govinda.
Govinda, yes. What is the meaning of Govinda? One who gives happiness and pleasure to the cows. Govinda. So since then, Krishna is known as Govinda. Govinda, Govinda. He is one who gives the pleasure to the cows. Govinda. So that's what we can see, that Krishna was protecting the cows, and seeing that Mother Surabhi was very much offering that all these prayers to the Supreme Lord. Krishna is very pleased. So, dear devotees, this is a great lesson. So then what happened? Then after that, then everybody was coming back and everybody was glorifying Krishna. And then Brajavasis were coming back, and they came back to Nanda Baba. And they saw, and they kind of confused how this little child could raise this Govardhan for these 7 days. Is he really a human? Or is he a Lord? Is he a Vishnu? Or is he a Lord, or is he a Vishnu? So then he says that, no. He may not be a Lord, because of he play with the children, he eats from the others' plate, and he fight, and he just have all his own ways of teaching. It's like a human being. So who he is? So they had this kind of thought, and they all came to Nanda Baba. And Nanda Baba now realized, and Nanda Baba started to talk to the Brajavasis what Gargacharya was mentioned at the time of name giving ceremony. So Nanda Baba was saying that when Gargacharya came to give the names, and then Nanda Baba repeated the same words that Gargacharya mentioned to Nanda Baba. Nanda Baba mentioned, Gargacharya mentioned, his name is Vasudev. It's not that this Vasudev means he was in the previous life also. He was Vasudev, he was the Supreme Lord. He is none other than the Supreme Lord. He will be protecting all the Brajavasis, all the inhabitants of Braja, and he will be protecting. That's what it is. We could see that. See that so many demons came to Gokul. So many demons came, but Krishna protected us, from every one of them. And he's not an ordinary boy. And his name is also Krishna. He's so attractive, and he is the Vasudev, and he is also Vishnu. He is everything, and he is the Supreme Lord. And Gargacharya was mentioning this to, at the name giving ceremony at the Nandabhava. Nandabhava was repeating that the same to the Brajavasis. Now, Brajavasi is convinced pretty much Krishna is not an ordinary child, but seeing Krishna's these ordinary activities, they also feel that, okay, oh, this is also an ordinary child. This is also another Yoga Maya's, intervention, that their reciprocation and each other relishing their loving relationship between the devotees and Krishna. That's what is exactly we could see that their devotees here in this Govardhan, the lila, the pastimes. Then after that, the Indra went back, and Indra became, continued his the kingship of heaven, and continued this. And this is the way that the Govardhan Leela, the Govardhan pastimes, ends in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's so beautiful to understand this. This this Govardhan pastime, on this, especially on this Govardhan Puja. So thank you so much, dear devotees. Let me stop here, and let me see, is there any reflections or comments, or any other the pastimes of Krishna related to this Govardhan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Babu, Dandavat Pranam to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada.
All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, you told that in Goloka Vrindavan already there is Govardhan, right? From
Yes.
Govardhan manifested from the Krishna's heart.
Yes.
But you already mentioned that same Govardhan, or the expansion of the Govardhan, came to the earth as a son of Drona.
Yes.
Drona. What is that actually? Can you explain a little bit?
Yes, Govardhan is already there in the Golok Vrindavan. And also we should also understand that the Bhulok Vrindavan is an expansion of Golok Vrindavan. And that's another, it's not a separate actually when we say Bhulok Vrindavan and Golok Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, right? So that's the Golok Vrindavan or Bhulok Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So Bhulok Vrindavan is also part of the Golok Vrindavan. So what we can see here, the Govardhan Leela, this is the pastimes of the Lord, the Govardhan's pastimes, and the Krishna's pastimes with the Govardhan. So then there will be a slight change in the pastimes here, but eternally the Govardhan present in the Golok Vrindavan, always present there. And this is an expansion of that the same Govardhan into the Bhulok Vrindavan. And there, in order to exhibit these wonderful pastimes, and also that's why after it's mentioned that Srimati Radharani is already unmanifested or disappeared from this Bhulok Vrindavan, but that doesn't mean that Prakata Leela is always happens. So what we are now talking all this Aprakata Leela. So Aprakata Leela is always there. Now Prakata Leela is just disappeared from our eyes, but the Aprakata Leela is always happening in the Vrindavan. So that original Govardhan Vrindavan in Golok Vrindavan is always there. This is an expansion of that Govardhan into the Bhuloka Vrindavan in order to have the pastimes of, and in order to assist in the pastimes of the Supreme Lord.
Okay, Babu, got it. Thank you, Babu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandot Pranam. Okay. Anything else? Okay.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandot.
Very nice class. I have a question regarding again, not all respects to the demigods, but I think the moral of this whole thing, or what Leela, what Krishna has showed, is demigods are not the ones to pray, and it's as supreme personality of God is what gives powers to all these demigods. That's my understanding, Prabhu. My question is slightly on the Indra side of it. Indra, in lot of texts and lot of kathas, we have seen that Indra always does something misdoing, and somehow or other gets into trouble. But also, he's always been forgiven, or they forgive him for very many crimes, or not crimes, I should not say, but many things which he performs. So as I understand, he has done 100 Ashwamedha yagas, right? So that's how he became the god of the heavens. How is it? Is it just because he has done that many yajnas, he has been given that position, and continuously, gods or Krishna, and even we hear many other sages giving him, even though they punish him, they also give him benediction.
Yeah. Yes. See, I mean, this is a good question, and I think it's very important to understand the position of demigods, right? They are also the servants of the Supreme Lord, and it is the Supreme Lord is actually benedicting and appointing as their servants, and they are very duty bound and serving the Supreme Lord. And is also one way the demigods are also the plenary expansion or plenary, the portion of the Supreme Lord's potency. And that's why they have that position, and they are all serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why whenever there is a adharma, whenever there is a problem with the demigods, Lord always coming and protecting the demigods and the devotees. So always there, and the cows and the brahmanas and the demigods, the devadevadas, Krishna always there to protect them. Why? Because of they were all the devotees of the Lord, first of all. Second thing is actually, yes, they were all, sometimes what happens, we just take only there may be thousands of good things they do, right? They protect the people, they serve, and they give everything. But even a little mistake when comes, we take that as a big thing. So that's what it's also in our scriptures or anything, that we come to that kind of conclusion that, oh, they are doing so many wrong things and wrongdoing things and things like that. So here they are also Jiva Tattva. They are also Jiva Tattva. There are mistakes can happen, but compared to the human, compared to the any other living entities, they are far better than any other living entities in the case of service. They are very duty bound. They are doing their service, and that's why Krishna is so pleased with these demigods, right? So there may be some situation that one or two mistakes here and there, is there may be mistakes there and there. So that's why even Brahmadev coming and Krishna is coming in the case of Prithu Maharaj, right? Prithu Maharaj Indra stole the Ashwamedha, right? The horse, who came actually before in order to the deal the situation, when the Lord himself appeared before. Initially, the Brahmadev appeared and convinced that that is okay to, because of the son of Prithu Maharaj what wanted to fight with Indra, and then Indra came. Why? Because of now Indra is now worried about his position, right? Now the son of Prithu Maharaj and was doing this yagya, Ashwamedha yagya, and then Prithu Maharaj and doing this, and then Indra's position will be gone. So that is, then Dhruva Maharaj was doing the penance, and then thought that this will be affecting my position. This is quite natural. This kinds of mentality, natural in the sense that as a jiva. So, but that doesn't mean that they are so bad like a demon, killing and eating and so much all the time. The demons are doing the severe aparadhas. But on the other hand, the demigods, they are actually, even though there are little bit mistakes here and there, but they are actually on the top of this service, the devotee level of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, very duty bound. So there are some mistakes here and there. So we should not count that, or we should not judge in such a way that, okay, the demigods are very bad, or Indra is did that way. So no, we should, we should not have. We should always have that the respect and the worship for the demigods in such a way that we should not disrespect the demigods. And we know that there are so many misconceptions in the devotee community. Devotee community, what happens? They think that they say, "Oh, who is this Indra?" I heard from with my eyes when there was, some devotees were cooking, and then there was some cloud, and then thought that, oh God, the rain is going to come. This one Mataji was saying that, though Indra is going to give some rain, and they say, this mother, who is this Indra? Who is this Indra? Many devotees and have this misconception of and having that, oh, this Brahma, this Shiva or demigod, like and old, even Vishnu, even Vaikunta, we say, oh, this is like, very nearby place. That's the way we are all kind of behaving, and many times, talking or having that kind of conception that, oh, they are all nothing. No, they are all very dear devotees of the Lord, and they are duty bound. They are actually serving the humanity and this world as per their own, the duty, and then they are completely in the service of Krishna. That's why we have this harmony in this world. So that's why sometimes, the demons attacks demigods to change the position of this world, to challenge the Lord, to challenge the Supreme Lord. Then who is actually the demigods were actually challenging them for putting back that dharma and protecting the people from these demons and demoniacs. And they are also working very hard to protect us. And we should always see that. And that's what is Lord is also. Lord is also saying that, they are also serving the Lord. So their Lord, whenever they are in danger, Lord comes and protect them. And then also sometimes Lord has to give, some kinds of lessons and things. So that's quite natural in terms of this all the ordeal of how to maintain this material, world. Did it answer the question, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. The stories basically say, makes it feel like it's less lenient on the mistakes of Indra, Prabhu. That was my own the reason for the questioning, not because I do understand that they have a very important job to do.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes what happens is we forget. This is also a very jiva. That's a jiva. Even Brahma has this, we have a tendency to forget when we puffed up, when we have some positions, when we have some richness, when we have something in our, some ego, some ahangar. This comes to us. And then what? We forget everything. We forget everything. Even that happens to even Brahma. Forget certain situations. Very difficult. They say, very difficult to overcome this material nature. So then what happens? So in order to again bring back that our original consciousness, these pastimes, and there are many reasons for each pastimes of Krishna, not that just one reason that, the pastime manifests. Many reasons. So then what happens? Krishna then, enacts these pastimes so that we all understand our original constitutional position. So this way that we all can, that's another good advantage of a devotee. Devotee always understand and try to remember all this and try to stay away from all this and try to be so deeply rooted and connected with the Supreme Lord so that we don't have that forgetfulness. So then we can be always in the service of the Lord.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Murdan the Prabhu, there is a hand raised.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept humble obeisance all Guru Srila Prabhupada. Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, please go ahead.
Prabhu, my question is related to, all of us jivas here in the material world have a conditioned consciousness. Different people have different levels of conditioning. And then there is this level of faith on basis of which we can try to understand things which are beyond our capacity and capabilities, things of spiritual topics. But all the same, because we've been conditioned for several lifetimes, the mind can tend to go back to that way, conditioned way of thinking. So when we hear pastimes like Govardhan, lila, how Giriraj appeared. So the Pulasya Muni carrying the mountain on the back. Now, the conditioning may make us think that this is impossible, something which is, 84 yojanas high, a human carrying it on his back. and then he gives the curse one mustard seed. So if you do the calculation, mustard seed times the number of days, two present times, all that thing affects the mind. So how is it that when we uh, listen, when we absorb these pastimes, we don't let the conditioning get in the way and minimize the importance or the significance or instructions of these leelas? That's what I was trying to get an understanding on, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, wonderful. See, that's what it is, right? It's a very, very good question. And what is we need to understand is because of our impurities, that certain things really, doesn't get into our heart. Um, so when the mirrors are covered with this dust, we know that even though we cannot see ourselves, even anything that which light which comes to the mirror, which is covered with impurities and the dust and so many, as you mentioned, that the conditioning, it won't go in. So the reason for that, yes, we have condition. We have why that condition, because of we are the impurities that which still we have, and many lifetimes of that which accumulated, and a thick layer of these impurities are there, and all on a sudden if comes, yes, Pulastimuni couldn't, but as we all know that the Krishna is the Govardhan on the pinky with that's such a beautiful. So in order to come to that level of realization and understanding, so that's where unless and until we clean our heart with that spiritual, that's where we come to the Shuddha Sattva stage. That's why, the mode of goodness, ignorance maybe initially. That's where it is, nothing goes in and everything is, people are so forgetfulness, completely forgot about all their identity, consciousnal position, what they are, what is their relationship with this nature, this prakriti, this world, and what they are. Is completely forgot about it because of they are completely under the spell of this ignorance and darkness. But somehow or other we come to that, yes, passion, then we come to the understanding and association of the devotees. Some way or other it get into the heart and understanding, yes, we have a soul, we are conditioned here in this world, and we are suffering in this world. And so slowly by hearing process, yes, it's not that one day today thing. By Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kareho Udai. Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kareho Udai. By Sravana Adi, that means by hearing and other processes will clean our heart. That's what it is. Many times, some days we know that, or some month when we do the fasting, when we do the Ekadashi, when we do really read the Srimad Bhagavatam, hear Srila Prabhupada lectures, our consciousness goes beyond the material level. And now, when we read that time or hear something, and it makes really the sense. Yeah, this is true. This is absolutely right. And this is where we are opening that the different paths of that spiritual, and then we realize this is called a spiritual realization. We go beyond. Let's say sometimes people say fall down. What is the fall down means? We are on the spiritual plane, we went beyond our material plane and went beyond, and then spiritual plane. And what happens, all on a sudden something happens, and then our thoughts goes away, and the anger comes, no patience, and it's all because of material energy is such a powerful, and it pulls you down, and immediately something happens. That's why it is mentioned that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was mentioning that sadhu savadhan. Sadhu means the devotees. Savadhan means in every aspect of our life, we should be very careful. Savadhan means very attentive. And so like that, now what happens, the moment we careless, then what happens, again we fall down into this material plane. So what happens, material energy comes and covers that our spiritual real, the realm and understanding and the realization. Now the influence of the material, then what happens, again speaks down. Okay, I'm this body, I'm this senses, oh, this is not possible. But on the other hand, when it comes to that, the real spiritual understanding and realization, that everything makes sense, because of there you see everything very clearly in that Shuddha Sattva. That's what is been mode of the pure goodness. When it comes to that, that's a Yogaruda stage, Yoga Mumuksha. There is a beginning stage called Yoga Mumuksha. Then we come to that the stage on the top of the ladder, that's called Yogaruda stage. And the Yogaruda stage, that's where really that we see the spiritual reality and spiritual, the constitutional positions for each and every living entity. And as we all know that the material is just 1/4 of it anyway. But we are still stuck there. When we are stuck there with this all contaminations and the conditions, then everything whatever comes out from this is also like that. Like, just for an example, if the mirror is covered with some red dust, so if the light comes and what reflect is like red color. If it is some bluish, some blue ink over there, covered with, then the light comes, light is very pure, and which reflects us like a blue. So our nature is like that. Because of what we are conditioning, that's what is come out of it. So how we can come out of it? Yes, Chedodarpana Marjanam, Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte, and very focused, attentive attention for the spiritual subject matter, especially the spiritual science. I understand that, as Krishna says in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, one who sees me in everything. And I'm seeing that I'm in everything. And he really sees me. Right? That's what is Krishna. He really sees me. What does that really mean? Because we have to come out from this material clutches and the material energy, the material realm, to come to that everything is Krishna's potency. And otherwise, what it is, even for the example which was given, that 7 days only that samosa cloud stopped. So like that, everything comes from that supreme potency. Then there is no water. But there was water till that time. Now there is no water. Where did that water come from? So all the source is that Supreme Lord. That's why we have to hear, and we have to practice, and we have to be also conscious of all this. And then we have to develop our consciousness in that level, then seeing that Krishna in everything and cause of everything. And you are, as there was one poet said that like this: "Oh Lord, Srishti, you are the Srishti, you are the creator, and you are the ingredients for that creation." See that his division? He is seeing that. But we don't see because we conditioned it. We say, okay, this is mine, or this is, I created this. Yesterday I did 10 hours of work. I made this table, right? So this water, so I am sending the water. But, how long? 7 days, that's it. What happens after that? No more water. So this is our less intelligent. And because of we are conditioned, because of we are not understanding the high truth, and we don't open our heart to accept. That's why it is, Shraddha is very important. That's why everything starts from that Shraddha, that faith. And what is not that just, oh, I believe in Krishna. Okay, I have strong faith in Krishna. But are we really have the strong faith in Krishna? If something comes, that's when some odd things happens in our life. When some odd things happens in our life, that's our real nature comes out. And then we are agitated, we are challenged, we are completely gone out of it. Then we completely gone even say, oh, I don't believe in God. It's very difficult. That's why Krishna says that. Only by approaching me, only by having this process of faith, and then, association, bhajana kriya, chanting of the holy name. This, not that just in the, we have to be really put our mind, body, mind, and words to that. And that's why the sages and many, many devotees and so many examples, they were always up there, always up into the spiritual. They could see everything clearly. And that's why Raghunath Das Goswami was a millionaire, he was a son of a millionaire. But he was living in such a condition that nobody, even the beggar, won't do that. But he saw that. He saw that the greatness of that living. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that, the greatness of that living. Why? Because they are all in the material plane, they are on the spiritual plane. So we have to reach that level of, with our, that's why it's this Kartik month is telling us, endeavor, right? Our sincere endeavor for Krishna service, not seeing that, I'm up there. No, feeling of separation is great. So we have to always endeavor for to hear and more and more and more, and hear and absorb and understand and hear from the acharyas and the Srila Prabhupadas and the books, and absorb it and meditate upon it and understand. And we always, this is the principle, and this is the truth, and this is the tattva, that the Supreme Lord is right there in front of me, and everything comes from him. Yeah.
Prabhuji Dandat Pranam. Can you tell me meaning of condition in Hindi? It's a sthiti or a level, or what does it mean exactly? Condition mean?
Yeah, we'll tell you in a minute. Prabhuji, was that okay, or you have wanted to add something? Or
No, Prabhu, that was very nice. Thanks for that.
no problem. Thank you so much. Okay, so Motherji, the conditioning in Hindi means हम लोग क्या बोलता है, हम लोग बंधन में है. Conditioning means we are materially bonded in so many ways. So 8.4 million species of life everybody has because of their own qualities. हम लोग material इस संसार सागर में बंधन condition में. Everybody has that. That's why we have specific nature, specific way of life, specific problems, specific sorrows, specific happiness, specific family, specific taste, specific way of talking, and specific way of getting things done. These are all called conditioning in this world.
Like our own belief?
Our own
My
belief, yes, that's also another part of it. That yes, because of we have the bad karma, we have certain things. Okay, I'm now with, because of it's all influence everything, right? It's not that just body. It's influence everything. All the sphere of our life influenced by this our conditioning. We are
Okay.
sometimes, we know that some people, all on a sudden, up yesterday everything was fine. Tomorrow, today is everything is upside down. Okay, this is karma, the effect of the karma. So yeah, so that is there, and that's why it's very important that we understand our conditioning and what we are going through. This is because of I created this. I was the reason to mold this life like this, and my karma that is coming back to me this lifetime or many lifetimes, and we have to go through this. If we don't understand the importance of this, and then Krishna also gave us a choice, free will. In every lifetime, even if we go through this karma, even if we are going through this all these problems or the conditioning, but Krishna is so merciful that Krishna gave us one option, that we can choose that what path we can take coming forward. Okay, up till whatever is happening is karma, but I have a choice that whether I want to go with that karma, I wanted to suffer for that karma, but then I can take that. Okay, if I decided no, I wanted to be with Krishna, I wanted to be in the service of Krishna, I wanted to realize Krishna, that Supreme Lord, I wanted to be part of that, the Supreme Lord service, wanted to be part of it. So some way or other, let me put myself, this is my choice. Not that, okay, let me go with whatever happens to my life, I will go with it. No, today, I'm thinking, I'm deciding, okay, let me go with this choice of Krishna consciousness. So then what happens? Everything changes. Now Krishna is seeing this, okay, now this devotee is now coming to the original consciousness of the real path of or the spiritual realization and coming to his original identity level. So his original identity. So, okay, now let me also help him. Let me also some way or other help him so that he makes that arrangement of a devotee association, opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all this. Then what happens? So we gradually then eradicate that karma which we are accumulated. So now we free from the karma. Now when we are free from karma, now it is actually we get the more purification of our mind, more purification of our intelligence, more purification of our consciousness. Otherwise, when we come to this material world, what we have is a contaminated consciousness. Okay, always remember this. What we have is a contaminated consciousness. So only by this process of when we come to that pure, that Krishna consciousness, then only that contaminated consciousness will go and come to our pure consciousness that is called Krishna consciousness. That there is no karma in that consciousness, there is no impurities in that consciousness. All karma, everything, all the impression, all are the impurities of from our thousands of lifetimes and which make us like this. But when we come to the real, that there is, we know that in the stories of Haridas Thakur, A prostitute came to, to subdue Haridas Thakur. And what happened? By the power of that holy name, 3 days, and after 3 days, that this prostitute took the shelter of Haridas Thakur and started to chant the holy name in front of a Tulasi Devi. Within short period of time, everybody now started to appreciate and came and seeing as a spiritual master, completely purified. And then what happens? Everybody now offering obeisance to that devotee. Now it is not anymore a prostitute, anymore a contaminated person, not anymore a Vishya, not anymore any kind of, but a completely a pure spirit soul. Everybody is in this world like that, some way or other contaminated. But spirit soul is very pure. So in that spiritual consciousness, I see everybody equally. Everybody sees that Krishna's Lord's potency. There is no anarthas like lust, greed, anger, envy, jealousy, and arrogance. There is not anymore. Nowadays, yes, it's all Krishna's arrangement, Krishna's mercy, Krishna's potency. Let me be there. Let me be there with this my devotional service so that I can purify myself and come to that position of, this is called that attaining Krishna in the vicinity of, in the protection of, in the Devi Prakriti, in the realm of spirituality, in the realm, that's what I say, we are now in the lila of Krishna. So Devi Prakriti means under the protection of Srimati Radha Rani. So whoever takes that step and come to that level, they are actually entering into the spiritual realm. That's a liberation.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other comments? Anything else? Okay, so today was a very auspicious day of Govardhan Puja. I thought it's mentioned that in the scripture. One who hears this very attentively will have an entrance to the abode of the Supreme Lord, Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha Dham, one can attain. Despite this is the scripture, this I heard from the Acharyas. I'm just repeating the same. And that much powerful it is, and especially on this day, one who hears on the Tidhi of Govardhan Puja. So thank you so much. We are very grateful for that Supreme Lord. We had that opportunity to recite, to hear the glories of the Lord Govardhan and these wonderful pastimes of the Supreme Lord and who is Govardhan, how he manifested. And we could hear that, and that's our great fortune. So thank you so much, dear devotees. So we'll continue tomorrow our nectar of instruction class, and then also we'll also have the Parikrama, the Vrindavan Parikrama. So we'll continue that as well. And then Thursday is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day, so we'll not have a class on Thursday. And then otherwise we'll be continuing every day. And the next week we'll be also starting the nectar of devotion. Okay, please join and don't miss this. This is very amazing. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So let's chant together. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindubhya evacha padidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Gandharaj Sri Nectar of Instruction ki jai. Srila Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Shri Govinda Deva ki jai. Ananda Gaudi Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Gauri Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Hari Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.